I suppose if you were to ask me about being a Dominican, that's one of the things I like particularly about it is the fact that our charism asks us, in the words of St. Thomas, to both to contemplate and to give to others the fruit of our contemplation. And the idea of contemplating means that we're called, I think, to explore really the depths, the great depths of the faith, really to explore it ourselves, the depths of the faith that I would never have guessed were there, which is of course both a motivation to preach, and also I think it allows me to give a picture of the faith.
We come out of the great monastic tradition of contemplation, the endless search for God. The monks and the nuns nourish their contemplation by what they call holy reading, lectio divina, nourishment in their search for God. And we continue in that tradition because theology is the search for God, discover God in things, and try to see things from God's point of view. So we Dominicans do a lot of that, do theology as our special way of doing this contemplative search for God. We do it, of course, because we're preachers. The preacher is there to help people to understand the Word of God. You can do that better when you've read well in a holy way, not the lectio divina, and can help people to see the truth of God's Word.
There is a line that Pope Benedict XVI used when he became Pope, And he said, "There is nothing more beautiful than to know Christ and to speak to others of our friendship with him." That gives me the whole joy of being a Dominican. In our study and in our prayer, to know Christ as a friend, and then to have the joy to go out and talk to others about this. The great joy for us Dominicans is to share the truth of Jesus. That in the midst of a world of so much pain and suffering, there is a deep truth, and it's Jesus loving the world. Loving the world, forgiving the world, healing the world, showing mercy to the world. And our joy as Dominicans is to share that great joy, that triumph of grace to the world and to our brothers and sisters, and to be with them and to share with them and to listen to them, and for us together to know Christ more fully.
The holy rule of our order, according to St. Augustine, says that we have to be united in one mind and one heart in our communities, one mind and one heart in God. That is how we live together as a communion. The Father sends forth the Word, and the Spirit dwells among us. The Word is contemplated in our communities, cherished and treasured, and from the community it's preached forth. Our three vows which bind us together closer to Christ and to each other: our vow of obedience, which unites us together; our vow of chastity, which primarily we have to love each other first before the world; and through our vow of poverty, to depend sorely on each other in imitation of the poor Christ. Community life must always be focused on Jesus Christ, our sole focus of life. He is the centre of our life. And the brothers, each individually, always contemplate the face of Christ.